y'all? It's Crafty Hope here, and welcome to ICAD Card 13. I have information about ICAD below. Basically, it stands for Index Card A Day. Was started by Tammy of Daisy Yellow, but I'm not using her prompts today. I didn't like the dice prompt, and that's not I didn't like it. I just couldn't come up with anything. It didn't inspire me. It's a neat idea, and I wish I could have rolled with it. Haha. No, sorry. I know, I'm awful. Um, I did use the mixed media prompt, which is primary red. So I started this card with a piece of book paper that's got some, looks like Payne's gray, kind of washed and swapped and picked up all over it. So the first thing I do for some reason, I guess, was to push back a little bit of that Payne's gray, and I'm using Oyster Beige from Deco Arts Americana. It's just a craft paint, and I've got a cosmetic sponge, and I am just dabbing that on. I really don't know what got into me here. I just but it worked. It kind of looks like there's spots of that background color kind of coming through, and it's not. And then I have got, for my primary red, I am using a Martha Stewart acrylic paint. It's one of her satin paints, and the color is tartan red. I looked around my studio and I didn't see anything that was actually marked primary red, so I didn't go for it. Or maybe, I think actually maybe this was the first color that came to mind, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to use that because it's pretty primary red. So that's a white china marker, and for some reason I decided to doodle on kind of a rainbow shape, and I'm going to doodle inside of it with some lines and some dashes, and I don't even think you really see the rainbow in the end. It kind of got me moving and grooving. I didn't know quite what I wanted to do with this card. I've got the red down. That was the primary red for the prompt. I was done, as far as anybody was concerned. But that's seriously not my style. So I decided to go for a little more mark making and use my, what is that? It's a Sharpie paint pen in black. It's the water-based one. And just make some black marks around on the page. Now this page actually came together pretty quickly. I'm kind of happy with it. I did try out a couple other things before I grabbed these Tim Holtz photo strip pieces, and none of them really worked. But as soon as I pulled this out, this list lady here was already singled out all alone, and so I was like, "Yep, she's gonna get used right here on this page." So I am tearing her edges just a little bit. The top part was already torn, so I tore the sides, left the bottom flat, and crinkled her up just to give her a little more age. And I'm going to play with her a little bit. I decide to pull out my Distress Oxide, and that looks like it's in Peacock Feathers, and one of my hand carved stamps. I make these with erasers from the Dollar Tree. I've got a video on that I will share with you up there in the right corner. But this is just a little overlapping diamond pattern. And then I've got Distress Oxide spray in, I think that's cracked pistachio. And I just put a couple little spritzes of that down and then dab it out because I wanted some larger blobs. And it was coming out in such a fine mist, I wasn't getting that. So from there, I dried the page, and I started thinking about just go ahead and sticking my lady down. You saw I got my glue stick out and ready, but I had a couple random things just sitting on my desk. There's a stamp on a piece of book, just sewed book paper, and then a raggedy little scrap of some fabric. And I decided immediately those looked great stacked together. And seriously, y'all, those were absolutely just sitting on my desk. So, but they absolutely worked. So I'm going to stack them. And I think I'm just going to am I just using my glue stick? No, I'm going to break out the matte gel medium because that fabric does get a little tricky for gluing down, especially that. That is some pretty heavy duty canvas from a drop cloth that I stole from my husband. And so I'm going to stick those down and pull out my Tim Holtz clippings for a sentiment, and I don't know, I may ink the edges first. I have I think I'm going to use that same Peacock Feathers Distress Oxide to ink up the edges of this. No, first I'm going to get my little sentiment that says the loveliest things. It just seemed to work because she's so cute, and I don't know, just like somebody you would have known in high school that was just like the nice girl. So I put that down, and then I'm going to ink around the edges to frame it up. And that's going to be it for this card, y'all. It was a quick and easy, kind of didn't know where I was headed, and it was a beautiful roller coaster. I hope you enjoyed it too, and that you're enjoying my iCads. And let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. Keep on crafting on. Bye.